All right. Are we live? All right. Good morning to you guys. Good day wherever you are. Check my test. Yeah. So we're back again here. You are back again here. In my weekend live stream, we are going to feature FiiO, Jade Audio, JT3 headphones and the Sivga what's it called? M300 earbuds. So they are earbuds. Um, yeah. So I'm going to do some first impressions in that. I cannot graph it because I don't have the means to. Maybe the earbuds we can do it, but I don't think I have the means to graph headphones. I don't have a lot of headphones actually, because I'd like to use them. I like the sound of headphones, but I just don't find any use case. Yeah, I just don't find any use case. Let me just share my stuff here. Oh man, I'm gonna sneeze. No. All right. Um. All right. So before I do that, I don't even know if I'm doing the right thing here. No, I've been listening to the Zgot Horizon. Um, let me just click that here. Let's see. Yeah, the Zgot Horizon. And if you were here last week for my first impressions, I was saying that yeah, it's they're okay. I EQ'd them, but the longer I listen to them, the better they become. it's it's very clean sounding, of course. And this is probably what you call the burn-in phase. It's either it's definitely more of the brain getting accustomed to the sound. But I still stand with what I said about the treble. You can't really change that. Um, it's still colored, it's still elevated, and it still makes the cymbals, have that, like colored timbre, but not in a bad way. But again, better than the BD, the brain dance. Is it? Did I say better? Yeah, better than the brain dance. Um, but also first impressions, like when you first listen to an IM, it's very dependent on the last IMs you heard. Because your brain always adjusts to um whatever you're listening to. And at that time I've been listening to like high end stuff, top of the line stuff. um Especially with the Apple Dawn X. It was very warm, and to say the least, you could kind of like expect that from a warm signature listening to the Horizon. You're gonna be like, you're gonna have that impression of, Horizon's gonna sound thinner in the mids like that. But yeah. And so the longer my brain gets used to the Horizon, the better they sound. Yeah. Very good, actually. What I am more surprised though is this DAP, the JM21. So it came out earlier last year. It's one of the like very affordable Android DAPs out there. And one concern of this one, my main concern is the battery. And FiiO just keeps updating this guy here. They now have like the battery saver from Android. And man, this lasts longer than any of my DAPs. It lasts longer than my N3X. It's amazing. It's amazing that, yeah, for the price. I don't know how much they're priced now though. I'm not sure if they've increased, but let me just double check that. FiiO JT3. Still $200, yeah. And I think AP80 Pro Max is like, how much is AP80? I think 200, right? $200. The AP80 Pro Max or something, I think. 149. This is for the Kickstarter, right? But the reason I the reason why I like Android based players is one, it's Android, of course. I don't know, just it's Android, and sometimes I watch videos, YouTube, and streaming and stuff, so it's just an easier access. So yeah. So I wonder which should I try first. Should it be the FiiO or the Sivga M300 here? So I have and both of them I can't measure. So we have the Sivga here, the earbud from Sivga. I can compare this to the Polar Night. I have the Apple Polar Night. And the FiiO. Yeah, I should start calling this FiiO. I think it's supposed to be called FiiO. And did you know it's called Hibi and not Hibi? I used to call it Hibi. And I knew that it was Hibi because when I was in Japan, I joined I was in the Osaka Porta Fest. It's like an audio, like Japan has so many audio stuff going on, like can jam kind of stuff. They have a lot. I think like the whole Japan, I think they have, I don't know, like around 10, I guess, of those audio stuff. Osaka, I think there's like 3 or 4 in a year. But anyhow, it was Portafest, I guess. Timmy was there. Oh, I didn't meet Timmy. Did I meet Timmy? No, I did not meet Timmy. He went in earlier and left. I was late. Anyhow, so I went to, it was the time when the Hibi DAP, the R2R DAP was being released, or yeah. And so I was like, oh, there's the Hibi booth, and then the staff said, welcome to Hibi. I'm like, Hibi? Oh, really? Hibi? That makes sense. Because hi-fi, right? Hibi. So it's Hibi, guys. I know, it's easier to say Hibi. It's cuter to say Hibi than Hibi. And it's probably also called Hidis. Like the Hidis. It's probably also called Hidis. And FiiO, you know. FiiO. Yeah. Alright, so let us just, I don't know where to start. Do I start with the headphones? I think I'll start with the small. I'll start with the Sivga M300 here. So I think these are priced. Sorry about that. M300, man. I sold my keyboard, so it's not Thocky now. I sold my I had a Keychron K2HE. But it was too high for me. Like my work involves a lot of typing and documentation, and so it's good. It really is good, but I don't know, like I miss a lot. My accuracy is not that good because it's high, and I had to buy or improvise like a wrist, um, palm wrist, not wrist, but I'm resting my wrist on that rest. Improvise something. Anyhow, Sivga, how much are these? $64. Sivga M300. It features. I'm reading Linsol here. Hi-fi wired earbuds. Yeah, single piece graphene coated diaphragm. Graphene coated. African ebony wood housing. So it's wood. Okay. Lits. Oh man, this is gonna be bright. Who are cable believers out there? Lits copper. Yeah. It's a very... I don't claim... I hear a little bit of difference with cables. It could be placebo. Yeah, I hear to the point that it's actually just negligible or just I'm making things up. But it's good because it makes me feel better. I just don't tell people about it because experiences are different, you know. If it benefits me, then it benefits me. It gives me a good listening experience. I just don't share it because, you know, some people don't hear really. Yeah. I just learned that in this hobby, you only have to like really like say what you feel, and you don't really enforce what you believe. A lot of people tend to do that. Not really a lot, but some people like kind of like not really enforce. It's more of like what's that term? I don't know. Just it's easy for people to tell you that because people are just seeking validation, okay? We've been there. We seek validation on what we hear. So yeah, and it feels like and being a reviewer keeps me humble in a way because oh hey there Af, keeps me humble in a way because I have to be very careful with, you know, what I say, and I have to really balance out my opinions about a product. And I feel like I'm not saying this is for everyone, okay? I'm just saying that with the hobby, it feels like the more you listen to something, the more badges you have, and people should believe you or something. Maybe it's for every hobby. I mean, like it's very easy for the ego to get caught up with, oh, I've heard this stuff, and you haven't, and so you're in a lower rank. You know what I mean? That kind of community. I feel like, you know. So I've heard most TOTLs and you have not, so you listen to me and you listen to my opinions, kind of. There are people like that. I feel. I could be that. I felt like I was going to be like that if I had not become a reviewer. I'm being honest here. It's just the nature of the ego. You know? Maybe not a lot of people are, maybe they're not prone to that, but anyhow, so much for philosophy there. Yeah, I know. Biases and I know, yeah, a lot of biases. So I have here the Sivga $64 earbud. Now, will this dethrone the Apple Polar Night? Now, the Polar Night is expensive. I trusted the brand. I bought them. So we have the Sivga here. Just a very simple unboxing. You've got the manuals here that you don't really read. Do you really read manuals, guys? It's in Chinese. I can't read it. I speak a little bit of Japanese, but I cannot recognize. Do you guys like have it? Any of you know how to read Chinese or like kanji or Japanese? Yeah, Chinese and Japanese, or yeah, in general. Oh. That's what I thought. I don't know why it turned... Oh, okay. Battery for a while. Oh, sorry about that. Just some battery. That's what I thought, man. Like, huh? Alright, and we're back. This is very interesting. Not really interesting, but compared to like the alphabet, you know, alphabet in English, wherein like we learn letters and we learn the letter, how the letter should sound, and so after that we learn the letters, we're able to read almost all, but you don't know the meaning, right? Oh, you know some Japanese. But with Japanese or Chinese, of course they have their own phonetics, the hiragana and katakana. You can read them, but mostly they have characters, and those characters are like kind of like pictographs, wherein you have to remember how you read them. They're characters, they're pictographs, right? And so you have to remember how they would look like. And so you're really not reading them, you are recognizing. Yeah. You are recognizing them. So, which is, I think it's a bit harder because you have to have a very good memory to remember all those freaking strokes. And you know, my wife's Japanese, and so when we traveled to like Taiwan or Hong Kong, she could read, she could understand, but she said like, I can understand what that kanji or like the character looks like, but she can't read it. She just knows what it means, but she can't read it because she doesn't trust. Maybe in Taiwan it's said differently, but it said like, yeah, I know what it means, but I can't read it, which was like a little bit strange for me. Like, what do you mean? So anyhow, so much for that. Just because of that. Okay, so they come in. So where was I? So yeah, we don't really read it here, right? But when installing the foam cover, dude, they are trying to give you instructions how to install the foam cover. Why not? Any earbud lovers would know. First time putting that ear foam on an earbud is a freaking mess. Yeah, you have those like your first earbuds, your first Vito, and you try to put those foams and you tear them, and you have to kind of like use the proper amount of strength. And this is a donut foam. Why is it a... So it comes with donut foams. Donut foams means there's hole on both sides. Wait, that doesn't sound good. Holes on both sides. Let me rephrase that. They look like donuts, okay? I would like it. Why they only include... Okay, yeah. Why not? Donuts. Donuts it is. Donuts it is. They should have included the regular foams. Why just the donut? You know what? Foams is to ear tips. If you are into earbuds, foams is to ear tips. And so it's about seal. Everything is about seal. Not the sea creature, but do they spell the same? Seal? Do they spell the same? Wait. Dude, I just woke up and I'm still in a dreamy state, so forgive me. Seal animal. Yeah. All right, they spell the same. Yep, donshari shiteru. donshari. Don don bass でしょで、シャリシャリはなんかトレブルでしょだからドンシャリでしょ V shape. Wait. Wait. Okay, so this is the IMs themselves, guys. So it's not the MX 500 shells. But the thing is, they don't indicate the right and the left. This is the hard part here. Oh, there it is. There. I see the right. Okay, but very small. So it's wood. They're light. They're very light. The cable is it. Yeah, it feels like a cable from an IEM, which is good. This is $64, and you would expect it to have you know. Oh, and I like this part here. They have this spring at the end of the termination, which hopefully helps the termination not getting, you know, what's a term? Not damaged, but lose with use. Lose with use. Don't shut it. Yeah, man, I miss earphones. I miss Japan. I should live there. So before I came to the US, so Timmy, we went to a restaurant and Timmy was like, dude, why you're already here in Japan? Why leave Japan? Why go to the US? And Timmy was like, here I am. I'm an American coming here in Japan, you know. And I totally understand him. Japan is more, how do I say? It's safer there. It's yeah. But I also feel like Japan has too many things to do. And that's why people are not. Do you know why? Like, do you know what? Oh, that's a good question. Is it detachable? I don't think it is detachable. Yeah. You know, they don't want to. So my wife and I we talked about like what's the problem with the Japanese like birth rate and stuff. So, you know, you have to ask a Japanese why it's like that. And we kind of like agree with the common point that it's really not about, yeah, it's getting expensive to have children there. But the thing is, in Japan, you don't see couples without children. So it means like if you're a couple, you're supposed to have children on like whatever means you can, you know, they have children. Like that's at least that's what I saw. If you're married, you have children. But that is the thing. They don't get married. They are not in a relationship. People remain single until like their 40s. So the problem is not really about people not having children. They're not having relationships in the first place. I'm so far from audio. Sorry about that. So they're not having relationships in their first. Why? Because Japan has so much fun to offer. So much fun to offer. Why would you marry if you can go out and have some fun every weekend? It's just, you know. And then they realize they're 40s, it's too late. So yeah. Japan has too much fun to offer, really. Like, for example, you want to plan, for example, say for example, yeah, okay, I want to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend next year, but you have plans of, yeah, I want to go to Hokkaido and do skiing or whatever, and you save for that, and there's just never-ending stuff to do. There's just never-ending stuff to do. It is fun to be single in Japan, and it, you know, it takes a lot of decision to say like I'm gonna settle and I'm gonna marry. So they're not having relationships in the first place, and so they're not having children. That is the problem. It's not like, I don't want to have children because it's too expensive. No. In the first place, they're not having relationships. All right. So much for that. Fit. It is like so again, this is not MX500 shells, so they don't have the stem. So I don't know how they're called, but it's like the nice HEK EB2S kind of shells, and or like Moondrop Pavone kind of stuff. So what I mean by that is I feel like MX500 shells are also more secure, but those if it fits you. But this one here, it's probably more universal in fit. Yeah, it's more universal in fit, I guess. So let's let's try here. Test here. Test track unwell by Matchbox 20. Dude, that is warm. Didn't expect that. Wait, I know why it's warm, because I was listening to the horizon. Fuck. I knew it. What I mean by warm is there is a significant amount, not significant, there's some mid bass in here. And usually it's just it's fair. I mean, when tuners tune earbuds, I see why they would boost the mid bass, because you don't get a lot of seal with earbuds, ergo you don't have sub bass. And so to mitigate that, they would dampen, I don't know, positioning, and to increase the mid bass, yeah. Okay, decent resolution. You know what? I actually find earbuds to be sometimes more resolving than yes, there are. Yeah, a lot. Mark actually graphs earbuds, but it's just not. I need a holder. What I mean by that is because I don't want any shake. My hands are shaky, so I need to hold the earbuds in place, which you know, the measurements are going to be unreliable. But Mark has some earbuds graphed. Sometimes they buy those fake ears just to hold the earbuds. I might do that, but you know, and just do like an earbud series, I guess. The thing about that is it's not, again, it's not going to be because again, fit is everything, right? So if and with foams, it helps you have that secure fit, but of course angles are also different with earbuds, and so that's why a lot of people, like, it really varies from person to person, you know, with the earbuds. It really varies because our ear canal, it's not uniform, right? So you have the entrance in there, the tragus area, and whatever the earbud is pointing to, either like pointing forward or pointing backward because of your ear anatomy, you're going to have a little bit of, yeah, the interpretation of sound can really vary a lot because the transducers are going to be facing different directions, which would render frequencies to be bouncing a little bit differently, if that makes sense. But I mean, you can still gauge if there's some mid bass or there's a treble spike. Definitely you can guess the tonality on a graph. Yeah. And also, not a lot of people are doing a lot of um measurements with earbuds, or at least making some change, not really change, like targets per se, like that. um so it's very, very limited, so it's really just about listening, you know. But so far, this Sivga M300 is warm, balanced, I'd say. Let's say. Okay, let's try a different track here. Under My Umbrella by Incubus. Man, I feel like they're muffled. I feel like they're muffled. I think I'll just remove the foams. I feel like they are muffled. I don't know. Does it need burn-in? Not sure. But... and it can change. And that's why I'm doing this, like, first impressions weekend. Because it can change. I... you know, like... not really bad. I was not saying bad things about the Horizon last week. But... you know, opinions can change over time the more you listen to an IM. But... no, it has to be with the foams. It has to be with the foams. Unfortunately. So I'm thinking, and probably that's why they did not include the full foams, because this is gonna be super muffled if with the, you know, with the full foams. Or maybe it's really just the Horizon. But, dude, it's... the Polar Night does not sound like this. It does tame the treble, I know. But those are donuts. I did not expect donuts to tame the treble that much. And, you know, like, I have full foams on my Polar Night. Full foams, you know, like, it dampens everything there in the... Polar Night is more expensive, okay? These are like 150, almost 200, I guess. This is I have the Serratus too. I don't know, I just feel like the Sivga is a little bit muffled, but I could be wrong, but let me try that again. Yeah, man. Like, it's so different. Oh, man. 64 bucks though. Oh, man. Let me just... They're muffled. Dude. I could tell there's too much mid bass in there. All right, let's try the no, Playing God by Polyphia. Let's try Playing God. Yeah, I could tell the timbre is different. I could tell, really. Yeah, kind of. There's just, I don't know. There are also dips in here. There are dips in the upper mids, which really makes, and I feel like there's also a peak, an earlier peak. This just doesn't sound timbrally correct for now. This does not sound timbrally correct for me. The thing about being a reviewer is we kind of like how do I explain it? It feels like Ugh. Never mind. I just want to say that um our mind is more tuned to a specific target, or like could be Harmon, or it could be my target, or it could be Mark's target, because we kind of like filter which one sounds good and which doesn't. So I feel like if an IM does not sound good, we just, yeah, we kind of like, we don't listen to it as much and we make our conclusions and that's it. So I feel like being a reviewer, kind of like we filter stuff that are not really, and I don't want to say good sounding. It's just that not in our ballpark of the preferred signature. So it feels like if the signature is not in a specific, if the signature is far away from a specific target, let's say too V-shaped, we're going to review that, but we're gonna spend lesser time with it. And like, even like every day I listen to something, I review something, and then that's it for now, and then I go back to a specific tuning that I like, you know. So it feels like we always listen to, I'd say timbrely, at least for me, I listen to timbrely correct IMs or earbuds. And so it's easier for us reviewers to really catch those stuff that could be timbrely wrong, you know. Oh man. Precog, yeah, precog is, I think it's from 64 Audios something. Is it? I forgot the specific model, but it's from there. Have you tried his collab though, the Do No Mirai? Have I tried the Mirai? I've tried the Mirai. Have I tried the Mirai? Yes, I have. From Timmy, yeah. Very U12T, yeah. I think I tried the Mirai. Last time I saw Timmy, I think he brought it. What did he? Yeah, I think I have. Oh, yeah. Bro, this is... Oh man, this is torture. Oh man. I'm so sorry, Sivga. Like, I didn't know this could... Okay, every day I listen to an earbud. Okay, I listen to the earbud. It's probably one of my my old K64. The cable is getting tangled so easily. I listen to K64 every day. Okay, do you know what? I'm gonna show you something here. Oh, all right. I'm gonna go to Mark's. Where is Mark Squig? There you go. Earbuds, okay. So Mark has, so this is what I listened. So this is Apple earbuds target. I don't know what other, so only Apple earbuds anyhow, but so I listened to the K64 a lot. And so for me, K64 is really, it's very, very natural for me. It's like, doesn't really have a lot, and you can see there, doesn't have a lot of bass. Almost diffused, just the right amount of gain. At least this is compared to the Apple earbuds target. Okay. I do have the, do I have the Pro? No, I don't have the Pro. I have the normal EB2S. The Pro could sound a little bit bright in there. It could sound. I should buy the Pro, but it feels like it sounds a little bit like has some meat here. But the peak at 3K could be. It's fit dependent. This can be an annoying peak. This could be details, but you know. I have the Serratus, which is, yes, the Serratus does have a lot of bass in there. And the reason why I said about the peak is there's a lot of energy here, and I can hear that with the Serratus and this one too. So it's more like a V-shaped. Yeah. Monk Plus. There's yeah. Monk Plus is very warm. It's very warm in there. $5. I think I want to buy the X6. Like X6 is like very close to the my K64 with a little bit more bass in there. You know what I mean? So I feel like the timbre on the X6 is going to be very, very good. With a little bit of bass, of course. Will Sound MK2. Oh, okay. Will Sound is. I remember this. This is like $100, and he only makes a few in a year. Will Sound. Yeah, also like that. So these are highly praised earbuds. He makes it. Yeah. Oh, and Mark also scored them. That's what I think. Like I feel like this kind of curve makes earbuds timbrally correct to some extent, and if you go far from that, it's just, you know, like but nah, yeah. And then FiiO Iris. Oh, wait, let me just let me remove that. Iris is going to, yeah, it does sound like that too with the Iris, really a little bit warm. FF1 with FiiO, there's a peak, different peak. Wow, this is nice. HE150 Pro. What is this? What is? Ooh, okay, where can I buy this? That is interesting. Like, yeah, perfectly follows that target in there. Yeah. Uh, oh man. Anyhow, so it's limited, you know, not a lot, but my point is you can kind of like guess. So I was coming from like I listen to K64 every day. Every day. This is a neutral tuning earbud. There's not a lot of bass in there. Not a lot of treble. Could be vocal forward. Every night. Every night. And so I feel like, you know, I just know if it's timbrally correct. This is nowhere close, dude. I'm so sorry, Sivga. All right, let's give it a try. Let's try listening to some K-pop here. All right, I'm gonna try Celebrity by IU. Do you know IU? Oh man, no. No. I'm gonna give this a benefit of the doubt, man. Like I'm gonna burn this in. There's a okay, I think I know how it's going to It's probably gonna be graphing like this one here. Like there's a lot of mid bass in there, probably more, and there's really not a lot of presence area. And then like yeah, it's going to look a lot like this one here. I am pretty sure. Wow, that's great. Yeah, I know. Earbuds are nice. And for me, they are just very, very timbrally correct. Timbrally correct. Let me see if anyone. The thing about this one here, Polar Night. Ah, man, who? Earphones archive, but it's an earbud. Yeah, okay, so this is Polar Night in here. Let's say if he has Yincrow. Oh, okay, so he has Yincrow there. Alright, so Yincrow does sound less bassy. As you can see there, does he have K64? Nope. How about Dunu? Nope. What else? Sorry guys, I'm just looking for another earbuds here. FiiO, Iris. Yeah, Iris has some spike. Rosemary. Nope. Snow Lotus. Nope. Iris is pretty close, yeah. Fingru. Oh god. He's got a lot. Chacon, yeah. Chacon is bright, dude. That's very bright. Anyhow, where was I? Yincrow X6 with sponge. I think I should buy the X6. Yeah, it's hard to find the K64, but I feel like I'm gonna like the Yincrow X6. Okay, let's search M600 here if someone has. Nope, no one has. No one has. No. No luck. All right, okay. Let's just the benefit of that. Let's switch to the Apple Polar Night. And even with the EB2S, dude, like, oh man, it's the Pro. Even with the EB2S, no, it doesn't have the. EB2S is also a very, very good sounding earbud. Oh, I can't read that. It's all just the pros. Anyhow. Alright. Apple Polar Night. Where's my EB2S, by the way? Pretty sure it's just here. Celebrity. Man. This is vocal timbre, man. I mean, like, of course, this is also more expensive, right? I know I have my EB2S here. I just need to find it. Just bear with me, guys. I know it's here. There it is. EB2S, the original EB2S. Not the Pro ones. And how much are these? The EB2S. Nice HEK EB2S should be I don't $20. Yeah, 26. Yeah. You know, like it's just correct sounding, man. Man, this sounds so good. Dude, I did not review the EB2S, but I feel like this sounds like a headphone. It's like it's going to beat a lot of IAMs. Like even in the price, like $100 IAMs, I'd probably choose the nice HEK EB2S 8 out of 10. Like 8 out of 10? No, 8. Yeah. 8 out of 10 of the time. And then I go back to not the Horizon, and then I go back to the M600. Man, Sivga is a why do they even listen to what they tune? Oh man. Ah, dude, like it really is muffled, man. There's a lot of bass, yeah. Okay, let's. But you know, it can change. I'm sure it can change. We're done. We're done with the M600 for now. Cause you know, like my impressions can change really, but I doubt. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to this one here, the big guy. Yeah. FiiO. This is one of the best things during unboxing, like tearing this plastic. Yeah, like do you know those times when you have sunburn and you tear those dead skin? Like that kind of feeling. And you end up tearing the good skin too. Oh. Yeah. There we go. All right. Big box JT3, and these are priced. Oop. All right. These are priced. I think less than 100. Yeah, price $69, dude. This is almost the same price as a Sivga. Which would you choose? Sivga, you could do better. Man, it was underwhelming to say the least. So this is what it looks like here. It's well secured with some nice. Man, I forgot how to unbox stuff, but anyhow, it's with this triangle here. some paper, and what is this one here? Oh, okay, that you get are these the cable and a case, and I think that's all I need. I'm gonna steal that from the box, put the triangle back. Ugh. So you got the case in here, the carrying case. Why would you do that? Like going out and could be, yeah. So the cable, dude, please don't have. Oh, please. All right, so it does have the 6.2. This one here, and yeah, that's it for the cable. 3.5. Is this? Oh, okay. How do I do this? Like, oh, okay, yeah. So sorry, man. Like, I don't. Oh, okay. All right. So it looks like, man, they feel okay. They're made of plastic, but the pads, they feel good. Silky. They feel good for 69 bucks. Yeah, they definitely look good, and they feel good as well. No cap. Okay, yeah. I think this is an open back, right? Oh. Man, how do you adjust this? There we go. Now you know I'm not a I'm not a headphone guy. Okay, this should be fine, I guess. All right, so it's open back, so I hear outside, and I guess this should be better if the environment is what? Quiet. Oh, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I was looking at the termination. I feel like, why are there 3 threads in there? Is there a mic? And yeah, the cable has a mic there, because is it for gaming? I don't know. Man, if it has a mic, then it doesn't work with freaking Shanling. Doesn't work with my Shanling. No, there's no 4.4. Maybe you can choose, but it does have an adapter for 6.23. So I don't know how it works, because does 4.4 support mic? Is there 4.4 that supports mic? I don't think so, because you get 3 threads for the 4.4, and those threads go to each channel, right? And that's why you get 4. Yeah, you don't. That's true. But if you put mic, there's gonna be 5, so can't. All right, let's just go ahead and have a listen to this one here. I think I can use my JM21 for this. So, yeah. Test track. Should be enough power, I think. Unwell by Matchbox 20. Good. Nice. Okay, that is natural sounding, yes. Okay, good details, natural details. It's not over boosted. Okay, that's nice. How about Playing God? Let's try Playing God here by Polyphia. I'm gonna try listening to the bass here. It could be a little bit warm, but for now, I'd say it's balanced. No tuck though. I don't think there's a tuck in here. Mm-mm. Oh yeah, good bass presence. So it's more of like warm. It's like balanced, leaning to a little bit of mid bass, I'd say. I think it's a dynamic. Yeah, dynamic driver. 50mm dynamic driver, yeah. Sorry. Dude, I'll choose this over the Sivga for 69 bucks. I am not kidding. I am not kidding. This is... Well, the treble is a little bit kind of like not muffled, just muted. Is there a measurement here? Or I don't know. JT3? Nope. I wish I could find... No, I don't think they've measured it yet. Oh, there's one. Okay, I'm gonna show it to you. This is what I found for now. So FiiO JT3 release. This is... Where's the picture? Oh, there it is. FiiO against preference target. So this is what this is what it sounds to me. And as just what I've said, I don't really think that the treble is muffled, but it's kind of like a little bit muted in here. This area. So this is like this one here. This is the one that I heard about, like a little bit of resolution that I said, that the details, it's not affecting the timbre per se. This kind of tuning, like W or with a sawtooth kind of like tuning, is quite common, I guess. Like they call it W shape. I call it like a human something because when you look at the from the side. But yeah, it does look like this one here. It could use a little bit of extension though. How's it compared to the... So I have not heard the JT one. But we can find. Wow, this one looks, I don't know, better? I honestly don't have a lot of experience reading graphs. Yeah. How much is it? Is it planar? I think it's planar. The graph looks planar. Is it? Or maybe, oh, it's still dynamic driver. Yeah, I think I'd like the JT one too. There's a little bit of vocal gain in there. The JT3 is, I don't know, it looks like I don't know, man. Like, it's probably the same. I can't really tell. But yeah, at least it's not piercing. Hard to say, really. Okay, I just let's try. Let's see the worst here. Okay, let's try symbol. No, 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 no. How about the highs first? High Spring by IU. Let's try. Oh, it's actually okay. Yeah. It's just that it's the balance that it's leaning to a little bit of warmth, and I don't think the details are okay. It's just that it's more focused on the mid bass. Vocals sound good and natural. Okay, let's try the worst here to check sound stage. Am I getting brighter? I'm gonna lower down the ISO here. Yeah, it's definitely, this is a banger for the price. If you're a headphone guy, you know. I don't know, maybe I'm also just an earphone guy, or like an IM. Okay. Yeah, decent. Everything is decent. And really no cons at this time. Just that a little bit of... Yeah, the treble... I don't know. Like, the treble is actually okay. Okay, here we go with the samples. Okay, not bad. Pretty... It's not circular, but definitely there's some spacing with the cymbals in there. Alright, cymbal timbre is also not bad. Not class leading, but... I don't know, like... Or maybe I just don't really have a lot of experience with headphones, but for me, with earphones, it doesn't need a lot of convincing. My brain does not need a lot of convincing to get to the nirvana, if you know what I mean. But this is definitely, yeah. Let's try this is, yeah. Would I buy this though? Yeah, I think I could, yeah. And I know that the fit is also, you know, like people shave their head just to get that perfect fit or something. Because bass can leak like that. I won't go that far. I won't go that far. It is good. I mean, average good. You know, not like wowing or... But then again, I also don't have... I have to be honest, I also don't have a lot of experience listening to headphones around this price range. So I can't really compare. Other than I've tried Hi-Fi Man stuff. It's just Audition, you know, when I was in Japan. To that extent. Do I need to... Nope. 3.2... I think I can times 3.2 and yeah. Is it too bright? Nope, it is too bright. All right. Oh, so where was I? Okay, let's try some old stuff here. Not a lot of oldies. No, not really. Let's try. It's just decent. I think it's. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Is it decent? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I think I get it why people like headphones. I think when using headphones, it's easier for you to what's the term? It's easier for you to not lock. Like focus on the vocals, and there's better separation of the vocals and the instruments when you're listening to headphones compared to earphones. Because with earphones, especially in the lower price category, everything tends to like just mash up all together. But with headphones, because of, you know, like there's a lot of space, the frequencies can bounce. And so you can easily get that illusion of the separation of vocals and the instruments, I feel like. And that's why it's probably closer to like speakers, you know. Of course, speakers, the frequencies just bounce all over in the room, of course. And I feel like people who like listening to headphones like listening to vocals, because you can easily lock the vocalists. I don't know. Very good vocals for now, yeah. I'm listening to Yoroshika Bremen. Sa ikasete. Dude, so far this is very fun. Mids are natural. Okay. I don't hear any peaks in the treble at all. Let's try if I can if I can try it with my M3 Plus here. Nah, it does not work. It does not work with channeling, unfortunately. I don't know what's going on with that one though. Like Kiwi ear. No, I have not. Sorry. I tried the division. All right, I'm trying the. I'm listening to Bomber now by Yoroshika. From 10, how comfy are they? My head, okay. Um. Now I have not I haven't had a haircut, so my stuff here is a little bit thick, and plus I'm wearing sunglasses. So that being said, I'd say comfort should be. There's not a lot of force clipping into it, but I also feel like it's secure. Um, I'd say 9. Close to 10 actually. Because I said like these pads here, they're like, what material is this? Felt kind of silky. It's not really like silky, but you know, like felt paper or something. It is smooth. So conf is should be around 9, yeah. I definitely think it's up there with comfort, but that's subjective, I guess. That's just for me. Really? You just asked me about the comfort and you're sold. Um, but yeah, I mean, you can look at my, you can rewind this, and maybe you haven't seen me adjusting the fit a lot because I just when I wore it, I just forgot about it. It was just there. So maybe that says a lot because I did not change my like I was not adjusting. I changed I just changed it here, and then that's it. That's all I needed to do. I didn't have to do any adjustments or something. This is fun, actually. But this is not, I think this is not like the audiophile sound that everyone's looking for. Because again, there's no tuck in here, okay? Let me just show you the graph again. There's not, oh, where is it? Was it here? Yeah, it's that one there. This is this is just from the FiiO site, okay? This is again against is this Harman or the preference curve? Preference curve for I don't know. So there's definitely some mid bass going on in there, and because there's not a lot of extension, so this one gets a little bit emphasized. So this is like warmish balance to say the least. So, I mean, this is good for people who are sensitive to treble, but fit is going to be a factor here because if you don't get a good seal, so you lose the treble, huh? Do you lose the treble with a bad fit or do you lose bass? I don't know. Or you could lose both and this ends up getting higher. But yeah, I like that this one here. This is what's giving it natural timbre on the instruments and mids. This part here. Didn't really hear this dip a lot. Again, I'm not so experienced with reading frequency graphs from headphones, but this is just my assumption, okay? And I do hear that this one is elevated here. It's not muddy by any means. It's just a little bit elevated, and it gets a little bit pushed forward because there's not a lot of extension going on. So if it had a little bit, just a little bit of peak in there, this could have been, you know, like pretty balanced sounding, I guess. So but it is fun sounding to say the least. So wait, do they market this as a gaming headphone? I think I think they market this as a gaming headphone. No? Let's read FiiO's because it has a mic, you know, and there are some impressions already. So high fidelity headphones. All right. CC, okay. Open back design, angle driver, detachable, washable ear pads. Selling points. High performance with the PQ. 3.5 to 3.5. Okay. No, it's probably not for gaming. I don't know why this has a mic. Okay, so this is their frequency response in here. So it's, yeah, it's Yeah, there's some mid bass going on in there. This is what's, yeah, that's what I'm hearing there. And I feel like this is, if I feel like this is better than like some planars, because planars can be very, very bright. You know how planars work, right? If it's not for you, it's not for you. There it is. So like for typing or gaming, that's why it has a mic. So basically for everyone. So they're, yeah, not really for gaming, but okay. Oh wow, someone's reviewed it already. Yeah, 3.4.5. Yeah, solid build quality. I can vouch for that, definitely. Great build. The mids are slightly recessed. Could be. Depending on the volume. Yeah, it has good texture. Okay. All right. So someone has already, wow, this guy's fast. All right, let's let me EQ this. I want to bring the mid bass a little bit. It's not that I don't, yeah. It does sound natural, man. No doubt about that. The vocals are very good though. Like you can lock them. And with a little bit of bass too, so yeah. This might be this might be my entry to headphones. This might be my entry to, they sound good. Like, you know that do you I'm pretty sure you've experienced like when you listen to something like a headphone or an earphone and then you don't want to skip. I feel it a little bit with the JT. Maybe it's just me listening to headphones, and I mean, when was the last time I listened to a headphone? But I did not want to skip. I just want to finish the song because the separation of the vocals and instruments is good. That's all I can say about this one here. That's the selling point, I guess, in my end. And I'm a vocal lover. My I am target is based on vocals. Like I just love vocals. Man, these are good. And fun, you know, like good fun. They're not real like that's why I said it's not really like audiophile level, but sometimes you just want that good fun sound. Yato. These are, yeah, for 69 bucks, I would choose this 10 over 10. Did I say 10 over 10 last time? Over the Sivga M300. And these are built freaking good. Yeah. And it dances. That is it for today, guys. Is it, how long have I been doing? How long has it been? An hour and 30 minutes? Yeah, usually I'm doing like an hour and 30 this recently. I don't know, I just, this is more fun. For me, this is more fun. Like doing first impressions of the things that I get. So I don't run out of content. So products get exposed twice in my channel. First is the first impressions. I don't need to edit it. I used to do first impressions and I edit the videos, which was a, a hassle plus the actual review. So I feel like it's better if I do live stream on my first impressions and then shoot another video for the final review, which is nice, you know. I don't get to miss, because sometimes there are really products that I don't want to review just because I don't want to, well, I review them. I try to review all, but you know, like I just tell them like it's hard for me to review this because, you know, like there's something, you know, like there's channel imbalance or I just don't like it. I don't want to say bad things about the company, stuff like that. It's, you know, there are stuff like that. It happens, you know. Why would I review something that is imbalanced, you know? But at least with doing this kind of stuff like first impressions, I get to feature everything. Yeah. I guess that's it, guys. Yeah. Thank you so much here for everyone who tuned. It's been fun. I'm gonna try the Sivga. I'm gonna try to like the Sivga M600. Really, it was underwhelming. I'm not sure. Like it could be just the driver. I'm gonna put that in a burner track and see if the signature changes, but I doubt it will. That's just how it is. I like the JT3. Stay tuned for that review. Next week I think I'm getting the new. Yeah, so I'm getting new earphones anyhow. Dang it, what are they? NF Audio. I think I'm getting NF Audio and NF Audio. And bear with me here, bear with me. Oh, and the Distant Mountain. I think it's the version 2 Distant Mountain. I didn't like that. So, hopefully they've made some changes on that retro style headphone. Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. It's been a pleasure doing this, having some fun, wasting your time with me. So yeah, have a great weekend there. Stay tuned for my review on the SimGod EG280 and the Horizon. And yeah, I hope you have a nice day there. Bye for now. See you next week.